Hello everyone, we are live on YouTube. So we got a topic. I think I have written as a title over there, that is brainstorming. We're gonna talk about that one. I have opened my laptop screen as well to check it out. If somebody messages me, if somebody will message me, I will reply the person then and there. So wait for a while. Let me just look at the YouTube screen yet, so that we can actually discuss this whole phenomena of brainstorming and all that, like how the people face problem in actually getting the ideas, or how can we go about it. Just a second, let me refresh that one. I'm just checking out like where my live comes. Okay, okay. So here we are shown as, yeah. Let me just open the screen so that I can see it. Mhm. So, well, let's start the discussion that we have about it. Like, as the title is there, one of my friend on one application that we talked on, like the person was facing some problem to start or initiate the conversation. So I thought that why not to actually just make a video or just come live to discuss the topic, that what's the problem with actually when it comes to actually speak about any topic. So basically, what the issue is with many of the people around the country or around those learners is that they do not get what to start with, like how to like initiate a topic. Like for example, if a teacher has told them to speak about the pen or a pencil or any of the given topic, that what they should go about, what should be in their mind, like that they can think of before actually speaking an answer. Very basic answer that comes in my mind is like whenever I think of any of the topic is like thinking about the negative and the positive of the same thing. Then when you're gonna have that frame in your mind, framework in the mind, like obviously, if you have the framework or the composition of something in the mind, then you can actually sing it. Okay, so having that negatives and the positives of the same will be able to help you out, that what you're gonna speak. Okay, pros and cons. Sometimes we simply speak only the advantages of something, then we need to think of the one, two, three, or four, or five number of the positive things about the given topic. But the problem comes when we do not even get a word. So what I should have in my mind, that I should start doing, that I will, get rid of that problem. So basically, this fundamental can help you out. The brainstorming can help you out. It's like storming your brain with the number of ideas, which can be random ideas, but you have to start speaking with that. Okay, once you will start doing that, then you will be able to get it, that yeah, at any moment, at any like junction, or at any like point of the time, I can speak of anything. you know uh, First thing that you should have is a clear mindset and a clear goal. Okay, you need to set up a goal which has to be clear enough. Why I need to have the clear goal in the mind is just because having the clear idea that what I'm going to think about, because brainstorming is all about thinking about that things. Okay, once your teacher has given you a topic, then thereafter your next step has to be, I will think about the given topic. If I will think of, yeah, I don't have any answer, you can't do anything then. But once or twice it can be a problem, but with the practice makes everyone perfect. Then definitely you should go about it, like set up a goal first of all, that yeah, I am going to think on the topic. And why I'm going to think on the topic, so that to get my focus on the given point or the given topic, and also get the relevant ideas about the same. So if you don't get that relevant ideas, then definitely that's just in the beginning that can happen, but later on with the passage of time, you will be able to just mug up all those things very fast. Okay, that's for sure. That's my guarantee to you, that if you're gonna do the practice, then definitely you can do anything about it. So first thing is set up a clear goal. Second thing that you need to remember when it comes to the brainstorming is creating the conducive environment. You need to have that conducive environment, like in a very comfortable or a quiet place only you can think of something. But if you do not sit in a comfortable place, or there is a lot of noise around you, then there are different people have different tastes, you know, individual difference happens in this case. Like some people can think of ideas even in the boisterous area, but some people do not do that, because they want separate, like solitude to think of something. In the beginning, it is in the beginning you need a quiet place and a comfortable place where you can actually concentrate on the given topic. Okay, and let me just check that alongside, like who are there. Okay, so yeah, so what you need to have when you want to have the conducive environment is like, it's not only that aura has to be very natural, there should be some birds flying in the sky or something like that. It's very normal one. You need to and think sit and think, like for example, a given topic is bottle, and obviously you don't require a bottle over there. If you really want to make it conducive, you can keep a bottle before you, but thinking of that topic, you require some material. What is that? You need a pen, you need a paper. Obviously some people nowadays, they what they feel is everything has to be listened to, nothing else is to be done. Okay, but I believe if you will numerize those things, or you will write them down in the form of the numbers, then definitely you will be able to do the things faster. First thing is, like, you have to have a paper, you need to have pen. Instead of a paper, you can keep a notepad or something, any, or if you don't want to keep anything with you, you can have a digital device with you. You can have your mobile phone and write down the ideas or find out the ideas about the same on Google, or Google it any way possible. Okay, so what your idea has to be from that is, it's not only to Google it down and simply read it from somebody else's article or somebody else's given information, but you need to frame a thought in your mind also, because setting up the ideas is what you want to do from this thing, like creating a conducive environment and writing it down basically. So when you will write down the things, then definitely you will be able to have some material to speak on. Okay, so like jotting down the ideas is another thing in this particular conducive environment, that you have to jot down the things, then only you can speak about them. Then the structures and everything that comes later. First is the setting up of the goal, and second is your creation of the conducive environment. And then thereafter, if you want to go like back in the memory, you will be able to remember that your teacher has told you to do some sort of mapping in the mind sometimes. Having the central idea, we used to usually write the central idea of a poem. So what exactly is the central idea? That you're gonna keep the topic in the middle, and you're gonna have the sub tributaries, or what we say, the branches for that central topic. You're gonna have a central idea, and then whatever points are coming out, you need to branch them out from the given central idea, and you're gonna write them down in the form of like arrows. You can write in center, you will write the the main topic, and then you're gonna make some arrows so that you can write down the sub points that you're gonna speak on the same given topic. Okay, so it's like visualizing your thoughts. You are creating a picture for you, a mini picture for you, so that whenever somebody tells you to, you know, speak anything, you are able to do it. Another thing that comes in the mind is, like, people will say that yeah, when somebody will ask me something, am I going to have a pen or paper with me? It's only for the beginners. I'm saying that it's only for the beginners, because with the passage of time, you are going to be habitual about it. Like the thoughts are going to be very much fluent in the brain, and you will be able to actually speak more and more on the given things. Okay. Once the topic is given, like for example, if the brainstorming is the topic, then you're gonna make the tributaries like, what is the first step? You need to set up a goal. Second is that you need to have the conducive environment, and then speak about it. Like have your own words to speak on that. In the beginning, you can have the mix of the language. You can have your own language mix up with your like English, or English plus your like mother tongue. You can mix it up. Later on, with the advanced stage or intermediate stage, you can make some shifts to from one step to the higher level, and higher level to another level, and to the highest level. So you can create some sort of environment like that, so that you may be able to, mm, do the things. As I told you in the beginning, you will have the random ideas. Another thing, another point that comes into the mind is like the fourth thing, which is very much important, is like free writing. You're gonna have the free writing done. That means you're gonna have the random ideas written like that. Okay. Like what you have to be, like, to be very concise, what you need to do is you need to write continuously for a set of period of time. Okay. Like without worrying about the grammars, without worrying about the structures. you know Once you have done that, like it will be very much a spontaneous process within your brain, or it will be your instinctual quality. It will become instinctual quality with the passage of time. Okay. So at this particular moment, when you are writing the free writing, you need to allow your mind to flow freely. That means there won't be any kind of pressure on your brain that I have to find out the answer for it. So that's not for sure that you're gonna do that. Okay. And so that you can capture the ideas, whatever comes in your brain. So that's the main fundamental of that. Like free writing has to be done. I told you that brainstorming is is a very beautiful phenomena, and is very interesting phenomena as well. Once you will start doing it, you will enjoy doing it. I must tell you. Then there are lots of things like grammar and all that stuff comes later on. I will talk about that. Firstly, let me complete the whole thing that I want to actually trigger. Okay. Like keeping the trigger word in the mind. Next point is all about that one, that use the prompts. Use the prompts rather than writing the whole sentence. Whole setup sentence cannot give you, you won't be able to read the whole thing up. Okay. If you will see it down on the paper, that what you have written, you can't make an eye contact with a like listener, whomsoever is listening you, or the examiner who is talking to you. If you're going to see the paper down, okay, for some examinations it can be fine. You are seeing it down from the paper, or sometimes even the word limit is very much less. So you got only you get only 1 minute, sometimes even for the preparation of your material, what you're going to speak about. So definitely that time period is very less. So what you need to do is you need to have prompts rather than having the full-fledged sentence written over there. And I also heard today from one of the the speaker that like one should use the idiomatic expressions. Or it should be used. I don't say that these should not be used. You can see down the lane in my playlist also. I have lots of videos which are made on idioms and those idiomatic expressions. But I would recommend you, if those are coming naturally from your mouth, that would look fantastic. But if you will try to fix it up somewhere, you know then it would look boring and uninteresting, and obviously fashionless. It would be against the fashion you are going. So you should be very much free from anything when you are thinking. Your brain has to be free from anything. Like for example, this random idea comes in my mind that I should make a video. That I need not to think of it, that like what the people will say, what this will happen, or like if somebody will find faults in that. No, I have to have that confidence in within me, first of all, that yeah, I will write some of the fractions of the sentences. Maybe in the beginning I won't be able to write so many good lines. But with the passage of time, I told you that you're gonna be excellent. I must tell you, it's all about practice. You can see me as a live example because I have studied in Punjab board. So the people who have studied in any particular board, like I have also listened to this statement from many of the people that if you really want to speak English good, or you want to write English good, then you need to, study in a convent school, or you need to study somewhere where, English is the medium of study, or something like medium of instruction or something. It's never been like that. Let me tell you, being in Punjab board, being a student of a Punjab board, I have taught the students of the convent school. So it doesn't matter at all. It's all about practice. With the passage of time, finding out the faults in you can really help you out. I remember my 10th standard. After my 10th standard, sorry, I was just writing down the things about like corruption, like sports, any topic. Usually at our time there used to be guides, to think of some ideas or have some idea about the given topic. For example, if we have to write something about our religious gurus like Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, we had to write something about them, about him. Sorry. Then we had to go through the whole thing that was written in the guide, and sometimes we need to go through the scriptures or something so that we can get to know about it, like how exactly can we write about him. So that's what our teacher did in our past. Like they have given us the free mind. There was nothing to be worried about. Like if the people will say something wrong about it or write about it, we used to read a lot from the guides. I must tell you that. Okay, that we used the guides, but those guides were filled with the pages, number of essays, and we used to go through them. So sometimes the teacher used to tell, read first 15 essays. So first 15 essays, we used to go through the essays. Nobody used to read the whole essay and just cram it up. No, it was not possible. So reading those 14 or 15 essays used to give us the ideas about how to go about writing an essay. What should be the beginning, what should be the middle, what should be the end, and how we need to actually construct it. What is like the introduction, how we need to go about it. So that's what where this whole thing comes up. The brainstorming relates to lots of things. What you have read, what kind of books do you read, lots of stuff. So if you read also, like as I said, that free writing can help you out. Same way, reading freely also can help you out, like getting to know about a certain topic or getting to know about a certain article will definitely give you some points to speak on that. So same thing, if you will remember for some time and discuss with somebody, it's not only reading it but discuss it with somebody like who is your compatriot or your friend or your ally or whomsoever it is, you should do it. Okay, so the point that we are actually talking about right at the moment is, your prompts, your triggering words. The trigger words are like very important. Why? Because once you will create a list of the trigger words, you know um, or the phrases related to the topic, then you will have something to say. Okay, so why? Because if you will have them in front of you, they will stimulate the ideas within that, within that frame of mind that you have set up. Like I have, for example, if I'm talking about any visit to the zoo, okay, then I will talk about when did I go, with whom did I go, and why did I go? What are the different things that I watched? And like what were the benefits of watching all those things, and whether I had any other further experience which gave me that amount of knowledge or not. So that's all about you. Like how do you take it? How do you make different questions? Like even in the school when I was teaching, I used to tell my students to frame questions on their own. And in the beginning the students were failing to make the questions accordingly. But once they were told that the questions, when they start with WH word, then whatever questions are coming in your mind, just frame something about it. Then they were making questions and questions and questions, but no answer was written. Let me tell you, no answer was were they able to make. But still they were in the habit of making questions. Uh, this thing is very important. Whether or not am I asking any question to myself, that what whatsoever I have read, whether it will give me something to speak on or not. So making reference to, like, I remember the reference to context was a particular activity that we used to give to our students. And even I used to ask them the questions. I remember that I used to ask them the questions in the sense, like, we used to read a chapter, a small chapter, and thereafter I used to tell them that I used to ask them the very much the questions like riddles, like, a person who has worn this kind of dress in the chapter, what's his name? So when you're gonna think like that, then obviously you will have number of questions. Yeah, I had read that line, that the red dress was worn by Rosalind or Celia or whomsoever it is. Like, whatsoever is a kind of dress that they were wearing. So you will be able to propel those ideas only when you're going to think or stimulate them through the trigger words or the phrases that you're going to jot down, not the whole sentences. Do not write the whole sentences at all. Okay. Okay, the another point that comes to the mind, like, is like, when it comes to, giving you the tips about it, is encourage your wild ideas. Wild ideas means like something out of the box that you're thinking. You're not afraid of thinking about them, or when you are thinking about them out of the box, then obviously they can be unconventional. They can be unconventional, like, it means like something which is not orthodox. They can be different from the mob. Okay, you can go beyond that level. Like, you can think of the gadget, then Doraemon's gadget also. Like, you're gonna have a fantastic world within your brain, like, which will create fantasies. It's something magical, or something imaginative, or something which comes from your which is a seed of your, you know thought. Okay, which is a seed of your thought. So that, if that is there, then only you can do that. Okay, let me just check once more. Like, so then thereafter, I was talking about, like, wild ideas. So wild ideas, obviously, you there is no wrong or the right answer for anything. As per my experience is concerned, whichsoever professor I have met with, they all have said that your answers are right. Your answers are right. Whenever you say something, whenever you have the courage to say something and you have the confidence to actually speak up, that means you are right. But when you deny yourself and you criticize yourself negatively, you don't have the constructive criticism for yourself, then definitely the things are falling apart. Then the things are falling apart. So 101% you are going to go through this process. Everyone goes through that. It's not only you, it's everyone, even including me. We have gone through that. But once you are going to practice that thing, you will get the ideas within the snap of the fingers, or what I would say, like, with the, like, this particular moment. So you will be able to, and people are going to clap for you. Okay. Like, sometimes, even like, thinking out of the box, or having the uncanny, or unconventional, um, like, ideas, can give rise to the new solutions. If I would say Bill Gates is going to think like the normal person, then definitely he can't proceed in his life, and he can't excel in his life, and to that level he has reached to a certain amount of success, just because, he thought out of the box. If all will think the same, nobody will be richer than the other. Okay, so richer in thoughts. I would say that richer in thoughts, richer in ideas. I mean to say, it's not in money. Money can be with anyone. Okay, so that's the thing. And another thing is, like, we have lots of people, we can follow them, and you know who can give us the example of all such things. Then another point that comes to the fore is, like, collaborate with others. Collaborate with others is like creating your teams to talk about certain topic. Like if you brainstorm within the group, you won't have only one idea. You will be having an activity which will be like a game. One person will give one idea about the given topic. So once that word or the statement has been said from one person's mouth, that idea won't be repeated, so the other person is going to think of the next thing. So this activity, when you're going to do in the collaboration, you will have number of ideas, a range of ideas will be plentiful. So you will be having numerous ideas before speaking it. Okay, so it will be like creating a kind of like English group or something within your friends. Okay, or encourage communication and build up the communication only and only in a certain language. You can say that if it is Punjabi or Hindi, you can say that your answers are to be in the same uh, tone or same language. Okay, and then another point that comes to the fore is like setting up the time limit. Because if you will not set up the time limit, you will keep on thinking and having the what we say that uncontrolled uncontrolled answers, and even your ideas won't flourish. You will be keep on thinking and you will be daydreaming. So you will fall into the trap of daydreaming, or what we say that it will be completely a wastage of time sometimes. Like if we don't have the time, like for example, our teacher has given us the time limit of 3 seconds or 4 seconds. After the 4 seconds you have to speak it out. You can't write anything in the 4 second, but for 4 second at least you can think of what's the form of the word, and then you're gonna speak more and more. You're gonna branch it out with number of statements thereon. So whenever there is a time which is very less, then definitely you have to frame it accordingly. And fundamental thing that comes to the fore is like you have to read. You have to read a lot. It's not like reading through the books and all that. You can have one newspaper and read it thoroughly. Okay, and thoroughly means it can be old newspaper. You need not to buy the new newspaper, or every day I would be. I'm not telling you to. I'm not instigating you, or I'm not encouraging you to actually read those newspaper every day. It can be like sometime um, way too much against the norms of life, because maybe your life is different from mine and mine is different from yours. So definitely I can't do the same thing that what you can do, or what I can do you can't do, or we can do both of the things. Okay, I can do yours and you can do mine. So that's why, keeping all people in the mind, what you should do is you should have a newspaper which is very normal in price to buy, and go through the middle pages basically, like where the opinions of the different what we say that editors are given, or even the people who have written the articles, the people who write the articles, um, they they have given their viewpoint. Okay, so how do they frame their viewpoint is going to be really beneficial once you will actually go through all those articles one by one. Once or twice you will face a problem, or in 1 month you can face a problem, but with the passage of time your vocabulary is going to be fantastic, fantabulous. Okay, so setting up the time limit is going to proceed you towards a focused mind and focused point, or focused article, and then thereafter you will avoid overthinking by that. Okay, but if you are going to have no limit of the time, I know that it's gonna be wastage of time, complete wastage of time. And you need to have the fresh you need to have the freshment to your uh, mind. It's not like you're going to stuck yourself in a problem and you're gonna stuck into the one topic, and just get rid of that one, have the breaks within that. So take some breaks, it's very much important. So the another point that comes to the fore is taking the breaks. And if you find yourself stuck somewhere, or there is any mental block, sometimes it happens. Like during the examination also, it happened with me many a times. um, like when reading the question, all of a sudden I get to know I haven't read that. So when I haven't read that, I can't write anything about it. Then why to think more on that? So thinking over the board, like, or even if you think more than the required amount of time, then definitely it can cause you a lot of trouble, and even you can forget what you have actually remembered. So it's for examination students also, and it is for those people like who are doing the brainstorming. All of a sudden it can be blank. Everything can be blank. So it's not possible for everyone to kill two birds with one stone. Like at the same time you are having the idea, and at the same time you are jotting it down also. Some people have the problem within that also. So for such people, simply one thing I can suggest, that is think and speak. Think and speak. That's it. That's the only thing that I can suggest you. So sometimes stepping away from the topic also actually can lead to your insights. You can simply start thinking positively at the last, like when you're gonna take the breaks. This is very important. Taking the breaks is very important, because if you're gonna study for 4 hours, if the people are saying that we study 4 hours, we study 10 hours, or they won't tell you the in between period what they did. So I'm telling you, they put the brakes. So they put the brakes to refresh their mind. So eating something like the junk food can also cause a problem in actually thinking process. Let me tell you, eat more blueberries if you read. Okay. And last but not the least, I would say that there is one more thing that you should remember, that is stay positive and be non-judgmental. That's what I said in my previous conversation with one of the speaker, that the person was judging the others, and I told him that it's not right to judge people when they answer. So when the idea comes, when we start conversation or when we start discussing a topic, our main fundamental aspect is to actually come to a conclusion, that why the person has said something, why the person is leading to that point, what is the main inference that comes out of the given statement the person has said. So what comes to the fore is, like, the people do not actually care about that. They start finding faults in the others. It should be avoided, and at least the person who is thinking, he should not think bad about it. No, once I have said something, my idea is the best one for me. So your idea can be better than that, but I would say that I am not in the race. I am not in any competition with anybody. I am here to enhance my knowledge. Once somebody has said something, you should take the point and add more to that, rather than criticizing somebody. You haven't said this, you haven't said this, you haven't said that. Okay, instead of that one, say that you can add more into that, you can add more into that. Having the positive frame of mind can actually help you out. It is also the part of the brainstorming. When you brainstorm, your your mind has to be flawless from all such things, all such distractions. This is a kind of distraction. When somebody is judging you and you are just trying to get judged by them, it is going to cause you a problem. So, like I told you that there are some points which are very much important, and yeah, some more points I must tell you before going. Like, there are five more points that I want to tell you, which are practical one to be done. Okay, mindful exercises. First thing is mindful exercises, because it can help you out in practicing the right thing. Like, it's a kind of technique, like such that deep breathing or meditation. When we do meditation, like, we are incantating the name of almighty, which so whichsoever it is. So before starting your brainstorming activity, you are meditating or doing the deep breathing, can help you out. So these are mindful activities, because you want to focus on something. So these can clear up your mind from all other distractions, whatsoever is the distraction. And what else it can help with is it can reduce the stress level that you have. Obviously, when you deep breathe, your stress goes out. Okay, and when you do some exercise, a mindful exercise, then it obviously will reduce your brain's stress. Okay, and improve your focus and your concentration. Your concentration has to be improved. One is brainstorming, and another thing that you can do is reverse brainstorming. There is a way to actually get the ideas break down to the given small point, like from the larger unit to the smaller unit. When you're going to come to that, like instead of generating the ideas, to solve a problem, try to reverse brainstorming, get to the get to the root cause of it. Okay, so where you can come up with the ways to cause or exacerbate the, well, or decrease the problem. Exacerbate, we say that exacerbate means to decrease the problem. Okay, or like what else, like you can do is, it can be like flipping the things. Like firstly you are generating the ideas to get more explanation, but from explanation to the opposite thing, that what can be the root cause of it, and you can actually talk about that. So then another point that you can keep in your mind, actually my knees are having some issues. Yeah. So another point that comes to the fore is visual stimuli. Like you can have the visual pictures before you. Stimuli here, it means that something which will come as a prompt for you to speak on. Okay, having the pictures before you. One of the activity when we prepare for the ND examination or any of the screen test that they take is like they put a screen before you, and they say that write something about it, like write an essay on that same, or what theme comes out of that given screen or given picture that you can see on the screen or something like that. So all these, like what we say, there is a saying called like a picture speaks 1,000 words. So that's why I would say that, and even the ideas which will come out of the picture would be plentiful. So when you're going to see the picture, your mindset or your way of looking at the picture would be different from the other participants or other people who are the contestants. So definitely when you're going to look at the picture, then you will have the different ideas. So try to see like visuals like such when you are framing something. For example, a bottle, I told you that keeping a bottle before you is going to give you more insight into the topic rather than actually just thinking of imaginatively about it. So something is practical and something is even not even it is imaginary. Bottle is a very common thing to think of. Take for example a flower or certain sort of flower. If you have a flower before you, then definitely you can speak about the stalk, you can speak about the petals, you can speak about anything. But if you don't have anything before that, be, uh, before like before you such like such, then you can't. So so creating the diagram, that's what I'm saying, that brainstorming is a kind of diagram or the mind mapping that you do. Like you're branching it out and you're gonna write the sub points under these branches, that can help you out in many ways. Okay, another thing that can help you out is the role playing. Role playing is very interesting phenomena. It is very interesting activity. So in role play, you're going to put yourself in different roles, okay, related to the topic or the problem that is in the context. Okay, and then if the topic is the customer care environment, or customer service environment, then definitely you can call yourself the customer, and the person who is indulged with you or in your group is the person who is dealing with you. Okay, so in that case you can actually talk like that, employee employer or employee the customer relation you can create. Or sometimes I used to tell my students back in India, I used to tell them that they must uh, like create roles like such. Like sometimes what I used to do, I remember my childhood and particularly my days of my graduation. Yeah, when I did it correspondence from Punjab University. So what I used to do was I used to stand before the mirror, and it was very funny one because my face used to be like a monkey, I would say that. So I used to think like that, um, standing before the mirror and having the ideas before me. Like I am a judge, and the other person is advocate, and what advocate would say and what the judge will say, and if I am a teacher and the other is a student, then what I would say and what the students will reply, role playing can help a lot in that case, in brainstorming your ideas, you know and there are certain acronyms that you can actually keep in mind when you are actually uh, interested to improve your method of understanding or method of actually thinking of anything. So what are the different things that like there is a particular acronym called scamper. Okay, what it stands for is scamper stands for the substitute, S stands for substitute, C stands for combine, A stands for adapt, and M stands for modify, and P stands for put to another use, and E stands for eliminate, and R stand for reverse. So by the words itself, it's quite clear that substituting, that means you're gonna have some substitute ideas for it, like like what can be else in this situation, what can I do else in this situation. You're gonna have that, then you will be able to do it. You will be able to actually have alternative or substitute ideas in that case. And the second is combine. So whatever idea that you have created, you're going to combine it with another idea, and it will be the combination, and you're going to combine the opposite idea, combining the opposite idea with the given idea that you have spoken. Okay, can also be, you know like interesting. Then is adapt means like with the situation when you adapt, or with the topic when you adapt, or the topic that is given to you, and how you're going to adapt that to the different situations of life. So if you are able to do that, then definitely you are good at it. So then thereafter, what else you can do, you how can you modify that one? Scamper, it is scamper, M for modify. So how would you modify the whole thing up? Then like put to the use, put to another use. So instead of the use that you're speaking about, can you use it for some other use or not? Scamper, remember that. Okay, so then you're going to do what? You're going to eliminate that one, eliminate the use that talking about, like another use that you're talking about, you're going to eliminate that one, and you're going to reverse the whole thing up. So this way, I think you're going to have multiple ideas. But as per my experience is concerned, what I used to tell my students is, like, when you are explaining any answer, you will have a set of ideas before you. You will have a set of ideas in the mind. In your brainstorming activity, when you are jotting down the points or the sub points, what you have to do is, like, you have to have some terms in the mind. I am speaking about a certain topic. I am adding information to that. I am explaining more about it. For explanation, what I need to do, for just simply telling about it, what should I do? I used to tell my students that they need to define things first. So whenever you're talking about any topic, if you are defining it, you will be able to grasp the gist of it first. Once you have defined it, you're gonna relate it to yourself. Like, once I had the experience of doing this or that and all that stuff, you're gonna speak about it. You're gonna explain about it. For example, you have gone to the hill station. You're gonna say that, like, um, um, something which gives me relaxation is some going out at some excursions, for some excursions, and seeing the beauty of the nature and the landscapes that are there in the nature. So one of the beautiful place that I remember is a hill station. Now you came to the topic. Firstly, you started defining it, like, the topic was like going to the hill station. How beneficial is that? You can speak about it. You talk about the use of it. Then thereafter you came to the point that I went to the place. When did you go to that place? Why did you go to that place? With whom did you go to that place? And how did you enjoy the moment? You can talk about all such things. Explanation part comes. And then last is like how to make a conclusion, how to make inference out of it. um like concluding the whole thing up is like how did you end it up, how was your tour, okay, how was your trip. um culminating the whole thing up, tell you to use some, you know, connectors. So when I used to explain that one, I had already made a video. Sorry for that. I had already made a video on this particular topic, that how to actually, you know, go about an idea. What should be our first statement and what should be the last, and how we need to go about it. Once you have framed all such things in the mind, you will be able to at least basically answer any question. So that's what I had in my mind to tell you about brainstorming, because one of the speaker actually said that, like, I would like to know that what brainstorming is all about. I don't know about it, so that's why I wanted to actually explain about it. So remembering all these effective brainstorming techniques, like, it always involves a combination of, you know, you can combine them also. I mean to say that you can combine them also. Um, like, some of the things can be applicable, some of the things are not applicable in your case. But I would say that, from my childhood I remember that thing, like, never make excuses in life to be your partner. Always, always difficulties help you to succeed. Necessity is the mother of invention, or something that, like that, you know. I just read about, you know. And when you go out of the taste, or when you go away from your horizon, out of your comfort zone, it's great. Like, when when you stay out of the box, like, if you will create your comfort around you for thinking in the beginning, it's fine. But whenever you're gonna be in the situation where you are meeting strangers, and you are talking with only those people who have never met, whom you have never met with before, then definitely that can help you out in a certain way, in a great way. Okay. So this is it from this live session. I hope that you have learned something from it. And if there is any kind of like, foul statement, or anything that I have said wrong, I'm really sorry for that. And I apologize before. And please do comment in the comment section about, like, how did you like this video, and what are the different points that you follow. Out of these given points, how many of the points do you follow in your life, and even when you actually frame your ideas. And if you do any other activity, please do share in the comment section that what else can be done in this case. And if it is there that I can make the video on, I will make a video on the same topic again. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care. Mhm. Ta-da.